I'm going to tell you why you should start an Amazon affiliate niche site. My name is Doug Cunnington. I'm the founder of Niche Site Project. I talk about affiliate marketing and productivity and project management. And I'm going to tell you the 7 reasons why you should start an Amazon affiliate site. The number 1 reason you should get started with Amazon affiliate marketing is you can make extra money. So I don't know many people who wouldn't like to have a few extra $100 per month. You can pay off debt, you can go on more vacations, you can eat out more often, or whatever you happen to need. You can save for your kids' college fund, whatever. But most people would prefer, if they could, to have a little bit extra spending money. And the cool part with Amazon affiliate sites is a couple $100 is quite doable even for a beginner. I'll place some links in the description to other videos where they're basically case studies and success stories of viewers just like you. Some of these success stories are about people that are still in college, other people maybe professionals, maybe they're engineers, and other folks are musicians or teachers. So there's quite a diverse set of people that have found Amazon affiliate marketing interesting and profitable. Number 2, you get to learn about internet marketing. And I didn't know anything about internet marketing until I found the Smart Passive Income podcast by Pat Flynn. Before that, I was super into like beer brewing podcasts. I'm very into beer in general, craft beer, homebrew beer, and so on. I'm just into the craft of beer. So at some point, I got overwhelmed with all this beer content and beer podcasts, and I was browsing around. I found the Smart Passive Income podcast, and I was hooked. I learned all about this whole other world out there where people were making money online. I didn't even know you could. And I mean, when you look back, I didn't know anything about WordPress, or I didn't even know what WordPress was, let alone like created a website with it or anything like that. But I learned all about internet marketing through niche sites. If you want to learn about this huge industry of internet marketing, then a niche site is a great way to get a taste of it and sort of see the different areas. Of course, affiliate marketing, like an Amazon affiliate niche site, is a subset of internet marketing, but it teaches you the core set of skills which are highly marketable. Now, number 3 is learning about SEO. That's search engine optimization. Again, when I first got started in 2013, I didn't know anything about the topic. In fact, if you would have quizzed me, I wouldn't have known what SEO even stood for. The thing is, you could create a whole company around SEO. There are literally SEO agencies out there that help companies rank in search engines. So as you could imagine, it's fairly profitable because it helps companies make money. And if you have this core set of skills about SEO, then you're in great shape to provide that service. In fact, I know a lot of people that got started with internet marketing or niche sites in general, and they found that they were really good at SEO, they were interested in starting a service, and they moved forward. They started a service business around SEO. Some people do sort of like local SEO for local businesses like locksmiths or plumbers or electricians. And other people, maybe they don't do local SEO, but there are many different flavors of SEO, and there are all sorts of companies that need help with SEO. Number 4, you can learn about starting a website, WordPress and hosting, WordPress themes, and basically all that infrastructure kind of stuff that you have to deal with when you start a niche site. As I mentioned before, I didn't know anything about this world of WordPress before I found Smart Passive Income and niche sites and affiliate marketing and all that stuff. And it turns out you can, have a whole company that all you do is work on WordPress sites. So, one of the reasons I'm framing it this way is because even if niche sites aren't for you at the end of the day, if you start a niche site, maybe you'll make a few bucks, but you'll be learning all these skills that you can apply in other areas. In fact, you may find that you really love WordPress themes, you start dabbling in, creating your own themes, and you become a WordPress developer or something like that. Basically, that sort of a skill is highly valuable, and you could, dedicate your efforts to just WordPress development or WordPress plugins or themes or whatever. And, you become a software company that has WordPress plugins versus, running niche sites. Just an example, but a niche site will expose you to that whole side of the infrastructure of WordPress, websites, hosting, domains, all that kind of stuff. Number 5 is outsourcing. You can learn all about hiring VAs, hiring writers, working with marketplaces like Upwork. Now, that's where I hire most of my assistants, whether it's a video editor who's editing this right now, or if it's a content writer or a content editor or a WordPress developer. So there's a certain skill set that you have to develop to effectively hire people where they're not located near you or anything. You can't sit down and talk to them. So you have to understand how to create a job listing, interview the person if you need to, hire them, and then work with them communicating via messages, whether it's email or within the Upwork platform. So again, it's a whole skill set to be able to hire people. Again, you may be able to run a whole agency based on your skills as a hiring manager for outsourcing work. You could have a content service where you, for example, write content for niche sites for your customers, right? You could have clients that need content, and maybe you're able to hire a content team and put a system in place where you're providing a valuable service for them because they don't know how to hire people on Upwork, but you do. Obviously, it can become a pretty big business. There are actually business models out there for content specifically. Another example may be around SEO. Maybe you're able to hire SEO folks from Upwork and then package up their services and essentially provide a service to your clients because you're able to hire the VAs more effectively. Number 6 is you learn about writing and creating content. So I've alluded to this a couple times, even in the last example, but if you start a niche site and your budget's low, you're probably gonna have to do a lot of the writing yourself up front. That's what I did. I actually wrote most of the content for the first 8 months or so of me working on niche sites. Why? Well, I didn't have faith that I would be able to invest the money and get an ROI in return. But after I had more experience, I realized that, it's okay if I hire people. Nevertheless, it was a great experience writing the content because I hadn't done much writing other than, in college. And then all the writing that I did as a professional was kind of technical. It was very business oriented as a project manager. It wasn't very interesting. Writing for a niche site, it's more copywriting than sort of technical business writing like I was doing before. And copywriting, of course, is a whole other topic to get into, but essentially, you're writing something to sell a product at some point or something like that. You need to sort of convince people to do something. It's persuasive writing, if you will. If you get into the content, again, you may find that you really enjoy this type of writing and maybe you get into copywriting. If you become a highly skilled copywriter, you can charge a lot of money for your services. Or, for example, again, around the service business idea, you could develop a content service where you do the writing, and if you develop your skills well enough, then you'd be able to charge quite a lot for your content. Quick example, if you have a specialized skill, let's say you're an electrician or something like that, and you find a site that needs someone who has the skills and knowledge of an electrician, you could charge a lot for your content, a lot more than a general writer on Upwork. So if you have skills, you could charge more. For me, since I know about project management and HR and hiring people, I could probably charge a lot as a content writer for project management topics. I'm a PMP, right? So my skills and my knowledge are sought after and people would pay a lot more for that content. So you can look and figure out what skills you have. If you have any, unfair advantage where you know more than other people and you're an expert, well, then you could probably charge more for your writing. Again, just another example of being able to, find a skill that you're good at, and then maybe niche sites aren't for you, you could do something else with it. And number 7, this is the most important one. If you get started with niche sites and you make, a few dollars here, a few dollars there, maybe you build up your income to, a couple hundred or a couple $1,000s per month, you realize that you don't need a corporate job. You realize that you can work for yourself and make your own decisions. Now that's a whole other set of problems that you may have if you're an entrepreneur, but there are countless examples of people who got started with niche sites and then they went on to work for themselves. They either got laid off like Pat Flynn or myself. I actually got laid off in 2015. Luckily, I was into internet marketing and I was able to take my hobby of internet marketing and the skills that I learned from niche sites and work for myself. So I am currently working for myself and have been for about 2.5 years at the time of this recording. But there are a lot of other people, a lot of other examples out there where they realized they didn't need a corporate job. My transition was a little faster since I got laid off. I didn't really have to make the decision, but there are other people who eventually, build up enough income on their side projects that it actually exceeds their full-time income at their corporate job. A lot of times when you hit that point, you realize that you want to quit your day job and stop moonlighting and make your moonlighting job your full-time gig. I'm sort of grateful that I got laid off when I did, because I was able to accelerate my entrepreneurship endeavors. And actually I learned a lot more. I learned a lot more faster, and it was definitely, trial by fire, but it's one of those things. Once you realize that you can make money on your own, it's hard to go back to, a corporate job where, you don't make the decisions. You're potentially doing work that isn't meaningful for you. And, if you're commuting, that's the worst. If you're sitting in a car and you're spending time away from your family or something like that, it's not cool. Now, Georgie's back here. That's my dog, Georgie, in the background. But I'm really fortunate. I get to hang out with her all the time. I could take her for plenty of walks all day long and get lots of exercise. Those are a couple high priority things for me. And if you have a family, of course, you want to spend as much time as you can with your family. If you have kids, then obviously you want to spend a lot of time with them, especially as they're growing up. So just wanted to throw that in for point 7. Once you figure out that you can make money on your own and you don't need that corporate job, the genie's out of the bottle, right? And you can't get it back in. So it's one of those deals, and it's enlightening. Again, once you make your first couple bucks, you realize that it's possible, and the sky's the limit at that point. There's no upper limit. With a corporate job, there's pay scales that you're sort of stuck in. There's experience levels, and most of the time, almost always, your income and your raises are not really based on your performance. And that's hard to get your head around, where if you're an entrepreneur, almost like everything is based on your performance and how well you're able to focus and be effective and do the things that actually make a difference. Like, that's everything. Where at a corporate job, you can get away with goofing off and, spending a lot of time answering emails that don't matter or goofing around in meetings that don't matter. So anyway, I hope I convinced you to take a look at Amazon affiliate niche sites. If you're looking for like a task list on how to get started with Amazon affiliate niche sites, check out the description. There's a link. You'll basically be able to go to nichesiteproject.com, click on the green button, and you'll be able to enter your email address and your name, and then I'll send you a link that'll have like a bunch of keywords that'll help you get started with a niche site. There will be a task list so that you can see the steps that you have to do, and basically a bunch of information that helps you get started with niche sites. Again, I'm Doug Cunnington. If you like what you see on the channel, subscribe. And if you learned anything in this video, click the like button. And here's the question of the day. Do you have any other reasons why people should get started with Amazon affiliate niche sites? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to check out the comments, by the way, because some of the best suggestions and best ideas, they're from the audience, they're not from me. So be sure to check it out and connect with other people in the community. Thanks.